Hey there, friends. I'm super excited to be with you today to share a layout that I created for the SCT magazine summer issue. It features a single 4x6 photo. It's an 8.5-inch by 11-inch layout, and I'm starting out with the beautiful Never Grow Up collection from my friend Shimelle and American Crafts. We're going to have a lot of fun with this layout, do a bit of mixed media, use some punches that we may have left around feeling rusty. But the first thing I do is start out with the pattern paper. I always love going through brand new stacks of pattern paper to see what possibilities there are for my layout. And I'm kind of looking at my photo for general cues on what I want to pick. So most of the colors in my photo are neutral, but I have some navies, pinks for my daughter's leggings. Then I have that really pretty floral teal one that I chose there. And I just like to let the colors and images in the photo move me to what patterns I'm going to choose. I always love to create a layered photo mat, and choosing patterns for a photo mat is kind of easy for me now that I do it so often. What I like to do is to create contrast first and foremost, and I usually do that with a darker color. I always have my photo outlined with white. That's the way that I print them, with a white edge, and so then I added that navy there to add that contrast. Next up, I'm doing a more solid kind of color. So I'm doing that green to add that pop of color behind the navy. And I'm just trying to trim off a teeny tiny little bit here with my We Are Memory Keepers cutter. And yeah, I didn't do it. So I didn't get close enough there. So I'm just doing it with my very sharp scissors. Next up, I'm going to use this pink because my daughter's leggings in this picture are pink, and I love that pop of pink there. Now, a lot of people get frustrated by using pattern paper to create these photo mats. I like seeing that teeny tiny little bit of pattern showing on the edges, but if you don't, by all means, just grab some cardstock so that you can get the same feel with just colors. The next thing I'm going to grab is the Shimelle Head in the Clouds collection project pad. And if you know my friend Shimelle and the gorgeous collections that she designs, the colors go together so well. So this project pad has solid cardstock colors, which are perfect for me to use this We Are Memory Keepers hole reinforcer punch. Now, you may not have thought about using a hole reinforcer punch to embellish a layout. I'm telling you, you can use it for whatever you want. It doesn't have to just protect your punched holes. You can actually use it as a standalone embellishment, and that's what I'm doing today. So I'm starting out with pink, and then I'm going through a few other colors similar to what I pulled out in my photo mat. Okay, so I have, let's see, 5 different colors here: pink, dark pink, navy, green, and teal. The next thing I'm doing here is adding to my photo mat with these tab punches, also from We Are Memory Keepers. Be sure to check out the video notes to see the links to all of these punches and products I'm using today. So the tabs just add some additional texture to the side and make things a bit more interesting. And they add a bright pop of solid color, which is definitely needed when you have a lot of pattern at play there on the photo mat. So I really like the addition that those add. Next up, I am moving my little holes, hole reinforcers I should say, around the layout. I'm grouping the colors together so that all the light pinks are in one area, all the dark pinks are in one area, And I'm going to do something really fun with this background to go along with those color placements. Okay, this layout really needed something at the base to ground it. And remember that really beautiful floral print? I'm adding it to the base, and I like that teal. I like that beautiful texture that it adds with the pattern. And it really adds that weight to the bottom of the layout that it needs. So I'm just kind of adding and moving around my little whole circle punches. I got to figure out what I'm going to call them. Let's call them the circles to the layout until I'm absolutely happy with their placement. Okay, here's where things get really fun. I'm grabbing my watercolors. And this is a technique I learned from Vicki Boutin. If you're afraid of mixed media like me, this is a really simple technique you can do to get some paint on your background. And it's called the kissing technique. So I have a piece of transparency there. It's a nice thick transparency. I just add some watercolor to it and I kiss the transparency onto the paper. And this paper is textured cardstock, so it really shows off that cool texture on the background when the paint touches it. So I did light pink. I'm doing the darker pink here. And then all you have to do in between colors is just wipe off your transparency with a paper towel and move on to the next color. I usually use these awesome Vicki Boutin water brushes instead of having a jug of water on my desk because I'm always afraid I'm going to knock that over. And I find that the water brushes are just a lot cleaner. So there I added some green. Then we're going to clean off the transparency and move on to the next color. I really love this technique. It really adds some interest to the page without it being too overwhelming. It's a nice subtle color, and I love the way that the colors can kind of mesh together there, like the green and the teal did. Okay, so I have light pink, dark pink, green, and teal on this background. Next up, I'm going to start adding my circles back on. Okay, as I was placing my circles, I realized that I really wanted them grouped together so that they formed more rays than they did all over the back of the page. This also meant that I had some more white space than I had before. So by grouping those together, you get kind of lines of color instead of overall color, which was proving to be just a bit too much for my background. So I'm using this adhesive, this liquid adhesive here, to adhere each one onto the page. This adhesive is by Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. I will link it up in the video notes, and I really love this liquid glue. But so I'm adhering all of the circles onto the painted area that coordinates with their color so that you have kind of a general soft color in the background with those circles over the top. Okay, so everything is glued on here. I'm just placing this other pink tab around my photo, but first, before I do that, I want to add some dimensional adhesive to the back of my photo, and you can see here that I use every last little strip on my sheet. Now the little pieces I use for, tiny things, but these big long strips I use for photos. So I'm putting this photo on at a nice angle here. And I'm grabbing my Never Grow Up stickers. They're like a foam sticker, which I really like. So they're not chipboard, they're not puffy, they're somewhere kind of like a cardstock with foam behind it. It's pretty cool. And I always place my title after I place my photo, and the pattern papers, my title always comes next, just because I know it's going to be a big part of my design. So the word explore is going to start us off. And then I'm going to look for other words within pattern paper, within, this is a great sheet, pattern paper, the stickers, and other places that I can add to the layout. I'm also going through my journaling tags to see what journaling tag I can add here, because I am going to stick it behind the layers behind my photo and use that pink pull tab to be able to pull that out. Very often on an 8.5" by 11" layout, there's not a ton of room for journaling on the layout. I want the focal point to be my photo. I want to have a big title, and so I often hide the journaling. So you can see that I did that here using an older LE Studio tag, which was perfect for this layout. It says important on it, and then I can just slide that behind there and use that pink one to pull it out. Now I'm using these LE Studio stickers here to add little phrases to my tabs, which are the perfect size. I'm going to link up to these in my video notes because I love this product. And I'm just seeing what other items I have here that I can stick down. So the next part of my title is going to be the word your, and I found this little tag from the Shimelle Sparkle City collection. It was a cutout on a piece of pattern paper, and I'm glad I saved it because it fits perfectly where I wanted to fit at the upper corner of my photo on this layout. So I'm taking my LE Studio typewriter alphabet stamp to add the word your here. And I'm doing it in teal so I can bring some of that teal up from the bottom of my layout. And then that's going to fit perfectly under the word explore. Then I can use that sticker to add the phrase great big world. I'm just going to push that up just a tiny bit. Really love the way that this looks together. I love the mix of colors and of fonts. And so there is my title finished. And I just feel as though I need something underneath the word explore, since it kind of feels like it's floating a little bit. So to ground that, I'm going to grab a thin piece of teal washi to bring some of that teal up from the bottom of the layout and pop it right underneath the word explore and underneath my label with the word your on it. Okay, so now it's fun for the super part, embellishing. And on this sticker sheet, there are tiny little circles that coordinate in the colors that I have on my layout. So I'm taking a couple of those and putting them on top of my punched circles. I'm also grabbing a couple of flowers from this sticker sheet. These are the cardstock stickers. And I'm just seeing what else I have in this beautiful collection that is circular that I can fit on top of my circles, and I am color coordinating the circles as well. So super fun to do this sort of thing. It just adds different textures to the page and a bit of interest as well, because it makes you want to look at that background to find all these little treasures found around the page. I love these ones. They look like marbles and they make me pretty happy. They're super sweet. So if you haven't already checked out the summer issue of Scrapbook and Cards Today, that's where you'll find this layout. You will also find other ideas for using up your punches. Well, not using up, but using your punches that may not have gotten a lot of love in the past couple of years, because a lot of people have die cut machines now and they want to do more intricate things. but really you can never go wrong with simple shapes in punches like I've shown you here today. These tabs and these reinforced holes, circles, are the best. So I'm just placing a few little extra bits and bobs around on the layout. I really like the addition of that butterfly on the right. That makes me super happy. And this layout was done about a photo in the summer in the UK, and so you know, these little things kind of remind me of summer in the UK. Now I needed a bit of shine at the bottom, so in my usual style the photo was already adhered down, but I wanted to go ahead and add that bit of silver down there underneath, so I just pulled that up and added the silver washi tape. I really love that one. I'm also grabbing these close to my heart puppy stickers to add a couple of those around, and these close to my heart self stick sequins, which I just love. These are the I Heart Us sequins. At the time I post this video, if these are still available, I will put them in the video links, but I really do love them. Close to My Heart has some really great embellishments, period, so you should definitely go check out their website to see what embellishments they have in stock. But I'm just placing a few of these sequins around the page because they coordinate with my colors so very nicely too. Okay, we're going to wrap up this page by adding some details to the bottom. There's so much going on at the top and the bottom is not getting a lot of love. So I'm grabbing these beautiful flowers from this flower ephemera pack, and I'm going to add a little corner embellishment here to my photo. I don't want to cover up too much of the photo, just add a few flowers here. I really like mixing and matching the different types of flowers here, the different colors. And I've also grabbed this adventure sticker too because I wanted something a little bit linear to put underneath of the photo. So it's all about kind of getting that nice corner feel there and not covering up too much of the photo. This is also a great opportunity to get some of those colors that I used at the top of the layout, like that green there in the leaf, down to the bottom of the page. So I'm grabbing the flowers and the leaf, and then I'm adding this adventure sticker. I added some powder to the back to de-stick it so that I could use some dimensional adhesive there. That is a really fun product from We Are Memory Keepers that I love to de-sticky my stickers, and I'll add that into my video notes as well. But I really love how this page came out. That title is just perfect for this layout about my daughter and how much she loves adventure. She loves hiking with us and finding new places. I love my hidden journaling there because it kept my page nice and clean, and I could focus on those fun punches. Hope you guys pull out your punches and have some fun today. Check out all the products that I used at the link in my video notes. Thanks so much for watching, and happy creating.